John, good to see you. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, man. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited to chat with you. That script to screen journey really interests me because there's a lot of preparation, a lot of discussions when you get the scripts, but then when you get there to film, that's when it all comes like becomes really real. So with this film specifically, what was that like for you? What was that like reading everything, having the discussions, but actually getting there? Like, did you think about a lot of things in your head visually before getting there, or it only kind of sink in when you got to start filming this Nuremberg?
Yeah, I think it always happens that way. Each way in differently, but you read it, you kind of have an idea of how to do it, and then somewhere along the way, as you say, between when you read it and when you actually shoot it, you meet the costumer, and then you rehearse, and you see the sets, and you see the way that it's being conceived, and you make adjustments, and you kind of get the sense of the depth of the story, and the way the director wants to tell it, and kind of, speaking for myself, just try and fit in, and find a way to be useful in the telling of the story.
From an acting storyteller perspective, a lot of those conversations are going to happen at different times. There's a lot that happened before going to production, after like during filming, a little bit afterwards. For this project, when were a lot for Nuremberg? When were a lot of those conversations happening? Were they kind of on set? Were they before going to film with your cast, with the directors? When was that like for you?
Ongoing, right from the beginning. When I spoke to Jamie Vanderbilt, I was I was concerned that I wasn't going to be able to play the sort of standard hard guy military man. I just didn't know if I had the stuff to do that. And he said, "Well, you have to find your own way to do it, and I'm happy for you to do that." And then it like I said, in the process of getting closer to shooting it, it evolved into what it became. I read the Burton Andrus, the character I played, wrote a book. I read that. I read the book on which the script is based. Read the script a bunch of times. Spoke to the director a bunch of times. But even like there was a scene somewhere near the end of shooting where I had to yell at Colin Hanks and Rami's characters for getting into a fight, and we did it 4 or 5 times, and then I finally just let loose and started yelling, and that sort of ended up where it lived. It's a
Absolutely.
constant sort of series of adjustments, I guess.
Absolutely. John, there are many ways how we watch and consume media and content, TV and film. For film, there's, this film premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival at TIFF. So there's the film festivals, then there's the theatrical release. For TV, it's the dropping them all at once, and then there's the week to week. Do you think about how the audience is going to be consuming the media you're producing at all while you're in production, making these things and prepping for it? Is that something that happens after the fact?
You are aware of the size of the frame, and what's in it, and how it's intended on being ideally presented. In this case, it's a 1200 screen release from Sony Pictures Classic, in the old school, all over, countrywide, theatrical release, which is great because I think it deserves it. The way Darius Wolski shot the movie, and the production design, and replicating all that detail. I've seen it on a big screen, and it looks incredible. But and eventually, it's going to find its way onto the back of an airplane seat,
Yeah.
and that's okay with me too, as long as someone has the experience.
Mhm.
And it would be unrealistic to assume that it's only going to be in the theaters. So,
Yeah.
as long as it gets out there into the world, I'm good.
And people are going to be able to see Nuremberg in theaters, like you said. John, it was an honor and privilege to speak with you. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.